Back up, back up, back up, back up. Back up, back up, back up, back up. Back up, back up, back up, back up. Back up, back up, back up.
Wait a minute, I was told there's no back up. Darkness all in my head, but I won't be a fake. Got a trip, living life in the street. I might slip out and back up, but I won't be a fake.
I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, you stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, you stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up.
Is you thinking I'm jumping the leak in the lead immediately? Show up this evening and wait till you sleeping. Kick to the open, I'm scanning for motion. I'm just trying to make all my pockets obese. Don't want, I just want the Lucci. So me and all of my poochies can eat. For his loose change, take his boo thing out the PF chains and take him K, get a steak or something. Something looking at me like I'm opaque or something. Don't I look like Drake or something? Something better tell mankind Undertaker coming.
Wait a minute, I was told there's no back up. Darkness all in my head, but I won't be a fake. Got a trip, living life in the street. I might slip out and back up, but I won't be a victim.
I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, you stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, you stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Come from off the top, the flow is hot, I got you shot. Come from off the top, you know I be smarter than smart. Come from off the top, the flow is hot, I got you shot. Come from off the top, come from off the top.
Can't keep up, you too slow.
Top.
You just watch, I control.
Top.
I take half, you not whole.
Top.
Got your mind, got your
This is
soul.
a scenario, I'm in your area, this is your definitely. Turn up your stereo, get this jumping like Mario, now you ain't with me. You terrible, I might embarrass you right here in front of your whole family. Hot in Nigeria, this is the year of the beer, leave it here on a chair so they know we was here. Staring in fear like a deer when the car coming near in the middle of the road, bit of beer. You don't wanna rock with the man, hands off of the grands, counting up bands while I talk to the fans. Knew I could jam, but the top wasn't playing, now everybody wanna be friends. How you? Said I'm just fine, in the right place, at the wrong time. Said I go crazy, out of my mind. And I think back when daddy wrote down that it might scrape and it might grind, but you work hard and it might shine. Let me slow down, switch the time and quit hiding.
Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up.
Last year, we saw Bear to Beast be very motivated by being selected number 11 in the draft. It felt like a lot of people passed him up. You gonna have that motivation on your shoulder, or it doesn't really matter where you end up in the draft?
Yeah, I definitely feel one of the biggest things about being a commentator trying to play is always that narrative that you're a commentator first. That's why you could never play. But yeah, it's definitely going to be motivating, especially, you know, if you feel like you are better than someone, they get taken before you, and you're just going to look at that team.
We're the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And tipping us off here, a terrific performance of the national anthem. We'll be right back with more. Hold on tight and don't go away.
I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, you stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'm in the 7, I'm
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Lopez.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, almost all of the Greek Freak's points come in the paint. Giannis said, I can already do a lot of damage, basically without a jump shot. Just driving, making plays, and free throws. When that jump shot comes, it's going to be a problem for a lot of players in this league. Kevin?
You're right, D.A. It'll be scary. Thanks. Now Sacramento starting 5. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Giles is out there with Nemanja Bjelica. And it's Barnes in at the 3. And for Milwaukee, Matthews and Middleton, the 2 wings. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. And it's Bledsoe in at the point guard.
Well, Milwaukee is exactly what a small market success story looks like.
Yeah, a great eye for talent and also some good fortune in landing a player like Giannis in the draft. And small market teams have to home grow their superstars. Then they made smart moves surrounding Giannis with talent and an outstanding coach. The front office deserves buku credit for how they've turned this team into a finals contender.
And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That is his first foul of the game. Barnes against Bledsoe. Down low. Giles, that's good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like, Greg, for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose.
Now that is some real industrial-sized strength right there.
Shot by Bjelica and nobody around. Offline with his 3. Here's Matthews. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Much respect to Matthews for his focus. I mean, you can't tie this guy down. I mean, he's excellent at scoring through contact.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
An okay season at the free throw line for him so far, sitting right around 76%.
His free throw percentage has dropped this year, but not really enough to raise any red flags or become alarmed about it.
And the shooting guard, Wesley Matthews, a terrific defender who has no hesitation, Greg, in taking that long 3.
A pretty good combination. Weathered an Achilles tear back in 2015, but has remained a steady rotation player.
Now, here's Fox. He's coming off a 13-point game against San Antonio.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix. And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
You can't afford to back off Bledsoe. I mean, when you do, he's really good at catching you by surprise with the pull-up.
Here's Bogdanovich after Eric Bledsoe's score. Fox passes to Bjelica. That one drops for him.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Well, I love how fast Antetokounmpo gets to the basket, one of the most mobile guys in the game.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Bogdanovich against Matthews. Outside Bogdanovich. Shot clock at 5. Sacramento needs to get off a shot. Kept alive. Here's Giles. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
Scouting reports very detailed, Clark. Talk about the types of insights those scouting reports would reveal about your team and your opposition.
Typically player tendencies and team tendencies. How do they win? What areas are they really strong in? A team being excellent on the glass or tremendous in transition offense or very physical. I mean, just those types of nuggets that you would have for a team and then individual players so that you could try to position them to not be at their best by what you did to counteract them.
Good explanation. So he gets them both. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Antetokounmpo goes up and lays it nice and easy. Antetokounmpo's got his third basket of the night.
Just off the charts, incredible athleticism from Antetokounmpo. Fending off contact like a real pro.
Here's Giles. His last outing, he had 8 points. A nice shot by Bogdanovic.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers.
Absolutely salivates when he attacks the rim.
Sacramento's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Passes it to Barnes. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Chalk up 2 there. Bielitsa's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo following the missed shot by De'Aaron Fox.
I tell you what, it's absolutely foolish and futile to let Antetokounmpo get space to sprint towards the rim. I mean, the dunks he jams home are just downright filthy, ugly, nasty, wicked.
Sacramento with the ball. After the basket by Milwaukee. Plenty of daylight on that shot.
And it's definitely been a shootout here. The first team that actually starts playing some defense may end up having the edge.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Bledsoe's got 6 points.
They are on fire, just in a great groove here early on.
Bledsoe comes over to help. Bogdanovic passes to Bielitsa. The wide open look here for Fox. The three-pointer off the mark.
And, you know, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
Antetokounmpo. Bogdanovic grabs the miss.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Inside, it's Bielitsa. Second chance shot. The shot, no good. The Bucks go the other way with it. Bielitsa against Antetokounmpo, and that one hits back iron. The Kings trail by 3. To the paint, here's Giles. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. So it's the Bucks now. They traveled to Sacramento last time they faced the Kings and came away with a win.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
And you know what? If they run away with this game like they did in that one, I'd expect to see plenty of minutes again for the guys coming off the bench.
Timeout is called, first of the game for Sacramento. And Clark, many fans thought Brook Lopez might have lost it after his stint with Los Angeles, but, you know, he was reborn after joining the Bucks.
Yeah, sometimes a fresh start re-energizes you and helps you change your game. This guy was, though, a 20-point scorer a night in the past, so he can put it in the basket. He didn't get those kind of numbers with the Bucks, but really was exactly what they needed as a big guy who could shoot the three and also be a rim protector inside.
it gives us a chance here to check out some stats on Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's been dominant over the last month. First in rebounding, 6th in scoring, and he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates is such an asset.
And just going back real quick to the fact that he's tops in the league in rebounds, what a tremendous feat. What a monster he is in the paint. Now here's Barnes. He had 25 points in the win against San Antonio.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line.
And Giannis gets it to go.
Tell you what, he has been feeling it, guys, and the best game plan right now, it's elementary. Just keep feeding him. Let him eat.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen. Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
And so Fox will bring it up for Sacramento. 7-point differential. And Bielitsa kicks to Fox. Barnes outside to the inside. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And the amount of space Antetokounmpo covers is really breathtaking. You got to see it to believe it. I mean, he erases shots that you think he has no chance to get to.
Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for the Bucks. Hill comes in for Eric Bledsoe. Buddy Hield, he's checked in for the Kings. Just 5 to shoot. On the wing, Hield. Bielitsa, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Over Fox. And Giannis gets it to go. On the assist by Middleton. 18 points for Giannis. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for Milwaukee.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now here's Hield. He had 31 points in the win against San Antonio.
Boy, I thought his passing was absolutely fantastic. I mean, really picked apart the defense all game long. It's important that you have big men who can shoot in this day and age, and this guy can really stretch the floor.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
And Bielitsa has it in the corner. No good on the 3. Bucks leading by 8. It's Giannis with the drive.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes a team.
Barnes outside. To the middle, here's Giles. Nails the baby hook. Giles has got 6.
Kevin, I like when Barnes is focused on moving the ball. I mean, it makes his team better. I love his willingness to get that ball moving.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Here's Hield after the basket by Milwaukee. From deep three-point range, goes back up. It's stolen by Hill. Baseline J on the way, and another basket for Milwaukee.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
It's Bielitsa from outside off the mark.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
And the basket by Hill.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Lopez with the block.
Big Brook Lopez gobbling up space and getting the block on that play.
Giles. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Fox against Hill. Elitza with the bucket. He's got 11.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Here's Middleton, and there are the Bucks with another bucket.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And Giannis throws it down.
And, you know, this is why people are so high on Antetokounmpo. I mean, his build and skill set are both platinum level. And he knows how to kick his game up a gear, too.
Timeout called by the Kings. Mark, a big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell young viewers if they wanted to improve their rebounding?
You know, I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements of rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
A different look for Milwaukee. Williams, he's checked in for Lopez. Ilyasova comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Chris Middleton. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Lenz checked in for Giles. Rashawn Holmes comes in for Bielitsa. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Harrison Barnes. And Corey Joseph subbed in for De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, Joseph adept at finding his open teammates, and that's exactly what you want from your point guard.
The drive by Hill. And again, it's Milwaukee converting.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
You know, guys, if they're inside, that shot probably gets blocked. But from mid-range, I mean, he's able to get it off over the bigger defender there.
Here's Bazemore, following the basket by George Hill. Here's Len. That shot misses. Excellent D there from Williams. Here's DiVincenzo. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist.
Man, how about the vision of the hometown hero, George Hill, spotting a teammate and whipping it over quickly.
Pass to Bazemore. Sacramento moving it around. Len, high post, working on Williams. Healed, can't hit. Milwaukee leading by 16. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
Now, here's Joseph. No points in the game yet for him. Good on the bucket.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
Williams. Rebounded by Holmes.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Healed the pass to Holmes. Now Joseph. Over Hill. No good on the last second attempt there. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Milwaukee Bucks. He provided some serious rim protection in that quarter. Good luck getting a shot over this guy. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And pronouncing Giannis Antetokounmpo's name correctly has been a challenge for many, something he discussed before today's game.
The worst I've ever heard was my rookie year. A guy called me Antetokounmpo, and Kunupi in Greek means mosquitoes. So he basically said anti-mosquito.
And the mosquito, definitely not a good comparison for Giannis.
Yeah, more like a condor. But that last name certainly has a lot of people looking for nicknames.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. Guys, we've seen the Bucks really take control here early.
They came in on a mission, razor-sharp offense in that first period.
Yeah, I agree. That was a flawless offensive performance so far. I mean, the shots have been falling. They're making good decisions. That's a nice recipe there.
On the court for the Kings as the second quarter gets underway. Corey Joseph is out there with Kent Bazemore. And there's Rashawn Holmes. Then it's Hield. And it's Len in at the center. And it'll be Sacramento as it goes out of bounds. The Kings retain possession. On the wing, Hield. Defended by Ilyasova. Just 4 to shoot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Middleton.
And it's striking how much his three-point shooting has improved this month. His long-range percentage is coming up, and that's going to give them a lift as a team. You can never have enough reliable threats from beyond the arc.
Ilyasova can't hit. The Kings trail by 18. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Holmes can't get it to go in.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Back to Williams. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And the Bucks lead by 20.
And Korver, a team-first guy, when one of his guys is open, he wastes no time in delivering the pass.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after years and years of rebuilding, the Kings are finally a team on the rise, and they're earning respect. Draymond Green said they've got a lot of young talent, never quit, probably the fastest team in the history of the NBA. Green said after he plays them, I leave the game exhausted. I go home, I'm dead. And Kevin, we know that Green is pretty accustomed to going all out.
David, he sure is. He's got a lot of engine in him. Thank you so much. Free throw drops for Hill.
Well, George Hill, the veteran guard, doesn't produce at the volume he once did. Still, he brings a lot of value to a team.
And Hill over to help. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ilyasova. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. You look at Sacramento. They're down in the bottom of the conference. Their fans hope they can turn it around and show some improvement.
Yeah, you know, for the Kings, they talked all offseason about how this year was going to be different. Nobody bought into it then, and nobody's buying into it now.
Yeah, and it's too bad, really unfortunate, because I did think the potential was there. But at this stage, I think we've seen their best, and it's not going to be good enough this season.
And for Hill, Greg, he's a great veteran leader who brings value to a playoff-bound team.
You know, Hill has a game that is effective even when he's not scoring. His leadership and defense will make him a welcome addition to any roster, even as his numbers fade.
And that one, good. Hield's got his second basket of the game. And it's Connaughton atop the key. Here's Korver. Tries again. And the rejection by Holmes. There's the steal. Connaughton kicks to Korver. Buries the jumper to finish the break. Korver's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Well, it's interesting. The defense continues to back off, expecting them to attack the rack, but they just continue to pull up and knock down those mid-range jumpers.
Here's Bazemore. after Kyle Korver's bucket. Clock at 6. Lets it go with the 3. And Kent Bazemore with the 3.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there. Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
Joseph, the pass to Hield. Len up top. Hield outside. A 3-ball. The rebound by the Bucks. Connaughton's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Right wing. A baseline J. Rebounded by Holmes. So for Milwaukee, their last game, a win against the Magic in Orlando.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Well, you know, it takes character, poise, toughness to win on the road, and that's exactly what they showed last game.
Here's Korver. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got 5 assists in the game. And it's Joseph with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Kings. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Now here's Hield. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. Just 5 on the clock. Beyond the arc. Milwaukee with the rebound. Now Korver. A reverse. And Williams lays it in. Williams has got 4 this quarter.
I tell you what, the energy Williams showed there paid off on the offensive glass.
Hill against Joseph. Bazemore for 3. That one, no good. And Milwaukee will come the other way. And Williams, here we go, uses the glass to finish the layup. Williams has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Nice to see Williams be more assertive driving inside, something I'd like to see more from him.
Now here's Bazemore. He picked up 15 points in their last win against San Antonio. Shot by Hield, nobody around. Drops one in from the wing. Hield's got 6 points.
You know, that's how you do it, guys. I mean, he passed his way out of the double team and into an easy basket.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. A lot of smart guys playing in the NBA right now, Clark. Any that you spot that could be a great future head coach in this game?
There are so many of them, Kevin, when you spend time around guys and watch how they carry themselves on the court. Usually you look at point guards because they're quarterbacks and coaches on the floor in many cases. CP3, I don't know if he has a desire to coach, but he certainly talks and feels the game as a coach. And Mike Conley, I think he too has the type of cerebral approach to the game that could lend itself to coaching.
That's an excellent starting list.
You know, hate on low, but we fly high. You know, talk is cheap, free Wi-Fi. Whoa. Heard they tryna steal away, cut it out, cut it out. Spicy mommy's on the way. Tell my watch you let away, I cut it out. Hey, talk to me nice, show you what the bitty bout. Whoa, pipe down. First we shut them down, then we open up shop.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. And let's step back for a second to look at the top shooting point guards in basketball this season. 5th, De'Aaron Fox.
As a point guard, you want to create the best possible shot every trip down the floor. And given the way these guys have shot the ball, you know, it's not a bad idea every now and then for them to go it alone.
Well, you know they're not going to do that, though. I mean, even as deadly as they are from the field, they're always looking to set up their teammates first.
And it'll be Sacramento as it goes out of bounds. The Kings retain possession. Shot from the inbound.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
And here are the Kings now, following the bucket by the Bucks.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Sacramento's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Barnes outside. To the left side wing. Giles the pass to Bielitsa. Another shot. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Count that one. Bielitsa's got 13. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Yep, that one goes.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Bledsoe comes over to help. Lays it up and banks it in. 15 points in the game.
Boy, excellent recognition from Fox there, Kevin. Outstanding at recognizing when his guys are open.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficiently.
Here's Fox. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. Puts it up from 12. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And here's the fast break. Giannis leading the way. And Giannis throws it down.
Super quick in transition. The Greek Freak jumping down the throat of the defense with that speed.
King shooting with 42% accuracy in the second quarter. Outside, Fox. On the wing, Barnes. Inside, Bielitsa. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And with an 86% free throw average, you can count on him to come through on most trips.
We've seen some obvious improvement in his free throw shooting since last year.
Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Bielitsa. Timeout called, the Bucks.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
Yeah, and I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
Taking a look here at some stats for Fox. This last month, he's been positively spectacular, averaging about 22 points per, 7 assists and 4 rebounds. It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers night in and night out.
You know, it's so easy for us to take him for granted, to get spoiled with what he does. I think we've got to be more appreciative of the kind of impact this man has in every game he plays.
And the ball out of play. The Kings will inbound.
Looking now at the numbers for Middleton. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run. 5th in three-point shooting, 10th in free throw shooting, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And yeah, he's one of the dead-eye sharpshooters in the game for sure. A top 5 percentage guy from deep. Just a hard man to slow down. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Mark, we know you have great passion for the game of basketball. Any passions that our fans may not know about?
Yeah, I enjoy golf. I'm an avid reader, as you well know, Kevin. We actually share book titles on occasion. Obviously, food is universal, and there's nothing I turn down. I try to eat certain things in moderation, but I enjoy board games, too. In terms of sports, I'm a fan of football, both college and pro. Enjoy playing golf. And board games and reading probably are what occupy my time.
The Bucks making a change here. DiVincenzo's checked in. Barnes looking around. Back to Giles. And there's the pass to Bielitsa. And it's in there. Bielitsa's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
Here's Antetokounmpo. The rebound by Giles.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Giannis drives in. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
You know, they're looking good, really good right now because of him. He sees this game by the throat, and he's squeezing hard. Well, you know, it's hard to overstate the impact that Giannis has on the floor with his play. I mean, he gives you so much at both ends of the floor, offense and defense, and really draws a lot of attention from the opposing team.
That's good from Antetokounmpo. The efficiency of Giannis. Clark, that's just the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. For years, people were asking, how scary is Giannis going to be? Well, we got our answer pretty much in the form of he's a nightmare.
Outside, Fox. Knocked away. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Antetokounmpo so ferocious in transition. I mean, an incredible athlete who loves to take advantage of these situations.
Now, here's Bogdanovic. 8 points for him. Pass to Bielitsa. Barnes outside, out to the right wing. 4 on the shot clock. Bielitsa finds Bogdanovic. Over Bledsoe. Bogdanovic, no luck. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for Milwaukee. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And Giannis Antetokounmpo has some major hops. At almost 7 feet tall, he makes it look effortless.
Sacramento's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That'll be his second foul of the game. Fox against Bledsoe. Fox passes to Bielitsa.
He hasn't made any threes this quarter after sinking just the 1 in the first.
And once again off the mark by Sacramento. And the ball out of play. The Kings will inbound. And here's a look at what's coming up for the Kings. On Wednesday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks. Then on Thursday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Now Bogdanovich, following the three-point attempt by Wesley Matthews. Bielitsa with the bucket.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Count it, good. Matthews has got 5 now.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
One shot.
Free throw, good. Matthews.
You know, Wes Matthews plays with that chip and edge that comes from not being drafted. He's a quality player now, and I think that edge has served him well throughout his career.
Now here's Barnes. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort. Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
The Kings shooting in the second quarter, right around 48%. Fox dishes to Bogdanovich. To the paint, it's Bielitsa. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Bielitsa's got 25 points.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
And for Sacramento, they're shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Barnes against Matthews. And here is Barnes. From deep. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks out there all by themselves with a 32-point lead to end the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton. Chris, it seemed like you all were dictating tempo in the first half. How did you do that?
Okay, we're getting the stops, grabbing the rebound now, just trying to push it, try to get the best shot available.
Problem solved in transition. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He went on an historic scoring frenzy, tallying a ridiculous number of points, 2 steals, and 5 rebounds. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
You have to marvel at the uniqueness of the Greek Freak. From half court, he needs only 2 dribbles. That's right, 2 dribbles to get to the rim. He can pass like a point guard at almost 7 feet. The list goes on and on.
Shaq, what's your take on Sacramento?
Well, they gave up too many good looks. Look at the field goal percentage against them. This tells the whole story. Not enough activity defensively, not enough disruption, Ernie. Like Kenny disrupts me all the time, not enough disruption.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one. He's been everywhere.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. And it's Lopez in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
You know, while Eric Bledsoe isn't a 20-point-per-game scorer like he was in Phoenix, you could argue that he's a more effective player since coming to Milwaukee. His efficiency is at a career-high level.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. And for Bledsoe and the Bucks, he's been a great fit, Clark, as a third option on the team.
Yeah, I agree, guys, because it really comes down to recognizing the right spot and right role for you with your team. And Bledsoe himself recognizes that. He says he's the happiest he's ever been since coming to Milwaukee.
And Eric Bledsoe drops them both. And since coming to the Bucks, Eric Bledsoe hasn't been asked to do nearly as much as he has in the past.
And for Bledsoe, that is a good thing, as he is best as a complementary player. Not scoring as much, but his decision-making and shot selection have vastly improved.
And yep, another basket that gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
Bledsoe against Fox. The kick out to Barnes. 5 on the clock. Shot from the top of the key. And too long on the shot.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And Matthews gets it to go. Matthews has got 10 points in the game.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Now, here's Fox. Bogdanovich, and he dunks it down.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here.
He'll take those all day long.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Chris Middleton was a first-time All-Star in 2019. Now, we all know that Middleton is one of the league's best shooters, but he had to adjust his game to a new system under Coach Mike Budenholzer. Middleton said, "I guess that's what being an all-star is, a team player and a complete player. Not playing for stats, playing for nothing else but to win." Kevin?
First-time all-star and well-deserved. David, thank you. Here's Fox. After Wesley Matthews' score, a nice shot by Bogdanovich.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Pacers at Pacers Arena in Indianapolis. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. The Kings have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Down low. And there's Bogdanovich. That's good on the assist by Fox. Fox has got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Now here's Bledsoe. 8 points for him. And that one, good.
And you couldn't have scripted a better start to the half. They've hit every single shot since the break.
And it's Fox with the jam.
How about the vertical from Fox? Throwing it down with authority. Go get it, young fella.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
And they're leaning on the mid-range right now. That's 6 of their last 10 from that area.
To the inside, Giles. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability. And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Here's Fox. after the basket by Milwaukee. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And a moment here to check out the numbers for Bledsoe. This past month, he's really set himself apart, averaging about 16 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
A different look for Milwaukee. Marvin Williams is checked in for Lopez. Ilyasova comes in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Wesley Matthews. Sacramento also making some changes. Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for Giles. Ken Bazemore comes in for Barnes. And Hield subbed in for Bogdanovich. And he knocks down the first one. And he makes both free throws. The Bucks have gone an unbelievable 8 of 8 shooting since halftime. Must have been some kind of pep talk in that locker room. Good work there as it goes.
Bledsoe's a master at taking it to the rack. I mean, his combination of strength and speed, hard to contain.
Here's Fox after Eric Bledsoe's score. Hield kicks it to Bazemore. Bledsoe comes over to help. To the right side. Here's Fox. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Fox has got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Fox continues to get better from the mid-range just the way he wants to.
Got a piece of it. Bazemore on the wing. And he lobs it up. Holmes can't get it to go in.
And that was almost one for the highlights. The long-distance alley-oop, just a fraction off the mark.
Tell you what, if you're going to hit Bledsoe, you really got to give it to him, because when you don't, he just works through that contact.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Milwaukee.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And it's Joseph with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. Hield outside. Six to shoot. Pass to Holmes. That one good for 2. Holmes got 8 points.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
Hits it from three-point range.
Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
Joseph down low. Guarded by Bledsoe. Shot by Joseph. No good. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Here's Middleton. And another basket for Milwaukee.
Middleton is simply a very versatile and dangerous offensive player. He's clever at using the pull-up jumper in the right spots to balance out his shot-making repertoire.
Now here's Len. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Middleton inside the three-point line, and the wing jumper offline. For Sacramento, they've gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop, Greg. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss.
That's exactly why it's important to work hard on the offensive glass, fellas, for chances just like that.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
The Kings shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
And the first one at the line is good. Clark, we hear a lot about the young basketball players in this country, the good ones playing in the AAU system. Is that the best way to develop talent for the NBA?
It's one of the better ways because the competition level is quite good across regions and throughout the country with these AAU teams. I think there's some great AAU programs and some tremendous benefits to participating in AAU basketball. Some things are better than others with it, but overall, I think it's pretty solid.
And he makes that one. And it's 13 points for Hill.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here's Joseph. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Pass to Bazemore. Len with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Bazemore passes to Joseph. Again, the miss by the Kings. Joseph's gone only 1 of 5 shooting from the floor. That's a 2 from Korver, and again, it's Milwaukee converting.
Perfect shooting form from K-Squared, Kyle Korver. Man, is he a laser. Quick release and always gets himself squared up for the look.
Now, here's Bazemore. 5 points in the game. It's deflected.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. And that one drops. Korver's got 4 points this quarter. Sacramento's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
Ilyasova hits the bucket.
Nice looking shot from Ilyasova. He hits these shots consistent, especially when the defense doesn't make their presence felt.
Now here's Joseph. And Holmes throws it down.
And, you know, passes like that go a long way. Terrific teamwork.
Holmes gone 5 of 7 from the field. That's over 71% actually. There's the feed to Williams. Over Len, and Williams gets it to go on the assist by Ilyasova. Williams has got 8.
The poise, the execution, so hard to distract Williams when he's looking to score.
Healed the pass to Joseph. And Hill over to help, and Len has it in the corner. They grab their own miss. It's tipped to the left wing. Here's Connaughton. The rebound by Hill.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Pulls up, high post, and again, it's Milwaukee converting. And so it's Joseph with it. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. Kicks it to Len. He dishes it to Heel for three, drills the three-pointer. 9 points in the game so far.
And that is what Heel does. This guy is a gunner and loves pulling the trigger from deep.
Ilyasova can't hit.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Now, here's Holmes. 12 points for him.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Buddy Hield. He's averaging 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Well, you know that he can put points up in a hurry, and he leads this team in scoring.
Yeah, you know, I think he's got a great sense of how to keep their offense going and being productive. If somebody else is having an off night, then he kind of steps in and fills the gap.
And he can't get the first one. A different look for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Williams. Antetokounmpo comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Pat Connaughton. The Kings also at the sub. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Len. Good on the second free throw. Now, Antetokounmpo. Non-stop scoring machine here. And the dunk by Giannis.
They've hardly needed anyone else today to get out to this lead. I mean, he's provided almost all of their offense.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. And Clark with Giannis, you could see the change in his demeanor last year. You know, he knew he was unguardable when he was on the floor.
Well, guys, you know you're special when you can say nobody can stop me, and the general consensus is you're right. I mean, I can't think of any player in the NBA that's really suited to guard Giannis with his blend of speed and strength and ball skills. That guy handles the ball exceptionally well for a big man.
And it's the Kings with the ball after the basket by Milwaukee. Hield the pass to Holmes. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies.
You said it, Kevin. He's a highlight reel, always on the launch pad. Feels to me like this team is going to need more from him, guys. I mean, if they're to erase this deficit, he's got to step up.
Giannis on the follow.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Here's Joseph. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Holmes. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively. And he can take over in a nanosecond. I mean, once he catches fire, it's difficult to squelch it.
Joseph looking around. And it's Hield off the drive. Lopez with the steal. Ring shot on the way, and there are the Bucks with another bucket.
And when it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles the twine.
Now here's Barnes. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. And we'll be right back after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here, looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the court right now for the Kings, they've got Corey Joseph, Anthony Tolliver out there with Holmes. Then there's Bogdanovich, and it's James in at the small forward position.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Here's Bogdanovich after Kyle Korver's bucket. Outside Bogdanovich. Clark, any changes you'd like to see made in the process when players and teams are fined for any number of things, incidents on the floor or off the floor?
Well, I think there's a place for fines and the different amounts depending on how egregious the act is by a player or team makes some sense. I think having different categories, but I'm one that would rather hit hard and less often. So I think if you want to minimize the number of finable offenses, then make the penalty be greater for those things that are finable.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
And credit the defense. It takes some guts to step in front of him when he's going full tilt to the rack.
Shooting for Milwaukee, Brook Lopez. At the line for two.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Both free throws good from Lopez. But for a while now, you and I were just talking, we've had a rule that a team cannot go without a first-round pick in consecutive years. Could it be time to lift that restriction?
I certainly wouldn't mind discussing lifting the restriction, but I like it as it is on the books because it does lend itself, I think, to competitive balance. And that's important in the strength of a league.
Here's Bogdanovich and the powerful one-handed slam.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time.
Yeah, I like the variety, though. Nice to switch it up.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. And so it's Joseph with it. He'll bring it up for the King. He kicks it to James. And here is Holmes. 5 to shoot. Now the pass to Joseph. And a miss there on the triple. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. The shot's good from Lopez.
A legitimate threat to score from the mid-range. Lopez is skilled at cashing in from that area.
Inside, here's Holmes. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Holmes got 13 points here in the second half alone. Here's DiVincenzo. No good that time. And it's the Kings taking it the other way. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And Holmes throws it down.
Corey Joseph is reliable when it comes to sharing the basketball, and he knows it's his job to involve his teammates.
And he gets the bucket. Brown's got 4 points this quarter. The Kings have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. To the middle, here's James. That falls. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. On the wing, Korver. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Korver, no luck. For Sacramento, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Pass to James. Bogdanovich wide open. And it's off from three-point range.
Defense better watch out. They better be alert because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
Here's Lopez, and he converts the layup.
A guy that doesn't give up on the glass. Lopez, a real force at rebounding the ball.
Sacramento's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Passes it to Holmes. From the arc. The rebound by the Bucks.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Got that one up quick.
You know, he attracts a lot of attention, and Lopez making the most of it there to set his teammate up with an open look.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. Here's Joseph. Buries it down low.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And, Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Timeout called, the Bucks. Mark, do you think the NBA should consider expanding the use of replay? I know you personally hate to slow the game down, but you also want the calls to be correct.
Well, it depends on the circumstances, Kevin. I like the fact that replay is available and it helps enhance the ability of the officials to get calls correct. Expanding the use of replay, though, has to be done very judiciously. There are a couple of areas, goaltending would be one, where you take a look to see if that's the case. But I think flow of game takes priority over trying to get every single call right just because you think technology gives you a chance to do that.
And the Bucks with some changes. Williams comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Kyle Korver. And a change for the Kings. Len's checked in. For Milwaukee, they've gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. And some solid looks for them.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
That's tipped. And it's the Bucks on the break. Here's Connaughton, rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, so often we see this, transition buckets off turnovers.
And we know turnovers are painful and costly. You get loose with the ball on one end and get punished on the other end.
Here's Joseph after the basket by Milwaukee. Bogdanovich, no luck.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Clark, there are strong divisions and there are weak divisions, and the NBA might be considering removing divisions altogether and having only 2 conferences. What do you think?
You know, that's interesting. I like the divisions because that's what we've been accustomed to, but just having straight conferences, I wouldn't see much harm in that. You'd adjust the schedule accordingly in terms of how many games you play within the conference and how many times each opponent, but I think that could work.
First one falls for him.
And the fun-loving personality Lopez has makes him a likable teammate. It's clear that they love playing with him.
Farrell's checked in for Bogdanovich. He hits both from the stripe. And here's Farrell. He'll bring it up for the Kings. Down low. And the dunk by Len.
This is exactly what you want Farrell to do. I mean, when there's somebody open, he's got to find them.
Shot from the wing. Good as the jump shot falls. Kings have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. James outside. Pass to Joseph. Fires for 3. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 4 rebounds in this game.
After hitting 1 3 in the first half, he's been unable to dial in from deep since then.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And like many big men in the league, Clark, as he's aged, Marvin Williams has relied more on his outside shooting.
You know, he's been in the league a long time, guys, but when he first came in back in the mid-2000s, there was less emphasis on forwards being able to shoot the ball from outside. Give him a lot of credit for adjusting to the league and honing a shot that has always been a skill that's been part of his package. He can knock down the deep shot now.
And for Milwaukee, they're shooting an almost unfair 78% from the field. DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Farrell looking around. And good that time. Farrell's got his first basket of the night.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And, Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
And, you know, we can't measure Hart. I mean, he's not as big as the other power forwards, but his jumping ability and mindset is incredible. You look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
And Joseph kicks to Farrell. James trying to free himself up. Farrell gets the bucket.
So fast and quick on the attack. Whenever Farrell is coming at you with all that speed, he can overwhelm you.
Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession.
Sacramento ball.
Here's Joseph. Clark, do you think we in the media overemphasize championship rings when talking about an individual player's legacy?
Yeah, I think when you talk about an individual player's legacy, a player can be a champion without a championship ring. I know there's another level of champion which includes a championship ring, and sometimes it gets distorted in my estimation because an individual only has so much impact on a team being a championship team. There are no individual team champions. Teams win championships. Being a key player or a role player on a championship team is certainly worthy of recognition and being held in high esteem, but I don't like to see championship caliber players being diminished in the court of public opinion because they didn't win a team championship ring.
Like Stockton and Malone.
Exactly. You could go down the list, a number of guys who just weren't, for whatever reason, able to get the ultimate in a team championship, but had championship Hall of Fame careers.
And for Sacramento, they're shooting here about 46% for the game. Here's Farrell. Second shot opportunity, and Len with the lay-in. Good. Len's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Off the left rim and out. And the Kings with possession. They're on a 10-2 run here. Here's Farrell. Yes, it's James picking up the assist.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now here's James. George Hill missing his last shot. To the wing right side. Farrell for 3. Hill pulls it in. And here's Hill, who will bring it up for Milwaukee. Goes up on the wing, and that one's good from Connaughton.
And after a scoreless first half, you're starting to see signs of life here in the second.
Here's Farrell. There's the dish to Joseph. Misses off the right iron.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
James outside. Back to Farrell. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Shot by Joseph, no good.
It has not been his game so far. I mean, he's trying his best, giving great effort, but little has gone his way.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
You're exactly right. I mean, they've banged home 8 of their last 10 points on mid-range jumpers.
Lopez with the block.
And the space Lopez is able to cover on defense, using that size and length to reject the shot.
And that one's good from Connaughton.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. Impossible to stop.
Len passes to Farrell. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Farrell's got 8 here in the quarter.
I like seeing Farrell aggressive and assertive when he's in the painted area because he's innovative in there, too.
Williams, that's good. And it's the Kings with the ball. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket. Oh, boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does make me look back a little bit, but I could never throw it down like that. But it sure does look good.
Here's Farrell. Here's Joseph. Sinks that one from the post.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Bucks.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And these guys already with 45 wins on the year, so tonight we'll make it 46.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-gamer.
I tell you what, Greg, no matter how brief it is, anytime you can get a season series sweep, you're happy.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Giannis.
Boy, he was swatting shots all game long, really owned the defensive end and got a ton of blocks and really protected that rim.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Ilyasova comes in for Marvin Williams. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Pat Connaughton. Joseph has an open look. Another 3 for Sacramento.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
You know what? Teams can get a little 3-happy down the stretch sometimes, letting it fly.
Here's Farrell. Outside, Joseph. To the paint, here's Tolliver. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency, huh? They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're leading. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it. They've done it.
One shot.
That free throw good from Ilyasova.
A couple of things that make Ilyasova so unique are his quickness and shooting ability at 6'10".
Joseph, the pass to Giles. Lopez with the block. They recover it. Hill with it. Launches a three. The rebound by Giles. There's 18 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Joseph. Lopez with the block. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession.
Sacramento.
Here's Farrell. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win, and the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Eric Bledsoe. Eric, a strong performance tonight. What's been the difference?
We getting out in transition, trying to get defensive stops, and everybody's just playing their game.
And it showed tonight, Eric. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.